Okay, I've got a roast chicken in the oven. Just found out I'm out of potatoes, so time to open up the next 2 pots of the second earlies. I've had a couple of pots open already, and I got 1.5 kilos of potatoes out of them, which I was absolutely chuffed with, more than you can possibly imagine. So really interested to see how the next lot go. It's been a couple of weeks since the last lot. I don't know if that makes a difference, but let's go and have a look. Funny, I've seen people do this on the internet so often, never thought I'd be doing it myself. Yeah, these ones looking pretty small compared with the ones I opened up last week. Oh no, here we're getting to them. Here we're getting to them. So there was 2 seed potatoes put in each tub for these second earlies. On the main crop, I had 3 in each. You know what, this is looking pretty good. I think that might be it for this lot. Yeah, I think that's it for that one. As I said in the plot tour the other week, I've been hopeless at growing potatoes because everybody can grow them, which means obviously it's a challenge for me. So to get 1.5 kilos last time, I was so happy with. Wow, this is looking good. The other thing that we grow really well here is snails. Very good at growing snails. Look at this. This is spectacularly good. I just wish I could remember what the variety was. A little bit of scab on that one, but overall, pretty good. So with these, I put about 1/3 of soil compost in the bottom, then I put the 2 seed potatoes, then I did a mix of compost and manure to about halfway, left them for a couple of weeks to sprout, and then covered them up again with the same mixture again, up to about 1/3 from the top, and then just popped some hay on the top of that just to try and retain the moisture in them, which is one of those key things that we have to do here. Last 2 or 3 weeks we've had temperatures in the 26, 27, 28s, even up to 30 with very little rain, which is wonderful for the suntan, but the plants suffer a bit. And I have to be careful with the watering regime here because we're on tank water here, so all our water comes from the rain. We have 2 25,000 litre tanks buried in the ground, and that's it. If we run out, we have to have tankers deliver more. So we have to be pretty frugal when it comes to things like watering, making sure that the water's going in the right place. So I tend to be making sure that I'm putting the water directly onto the plants rather than just some general hosing down. And I try to put some kind of mulch over the top to try and keep the water in. Well, it's an early start here today. Sun's just coming up over the horizon over here. And today, in the next few days, we're going to be painting fences. 230 metres of 3-bar fence. Fortunately, the weather's looking good for the next few days, so hopefully it will be a pleasant experience. Okay, just need to pick the next beans. Currently I'm just freezing all the beans, only because we're having kind of salads at the moment. I've got 2 big bags in the freezer so far from these. I'm really happy about. There's actually a lot of Roma tomatoes that need picking, but I'll probably do that tomorrow. And I'll probably freeze those as well. I think that's all for the time being. Not bad one. Got a big bag there. Okay, so we picked the potatoes, we picked the beans. Now it's time to harvest the tomatoes. It's been delayed for a few days, obviously, because we've been doing the fence. So we've got quite a glut now. The plan is to freeze pretty much all of these. Seems to be a lot of Roma and a lot of the cherry tomatoes. So let's see how we get on. So at the same time, I'm going to be picking some cherry tomatoes. I normally like to oven dry them with garlic and olive oil, but in this case I think I'm going to freeze them because my wife likes to have them for breakfast. And actually what I'm trying to do, amongst other things, is getting in a supply to see us through once the tomatoes are finished, because frankly they're so expensive that we want to try and put some aside. So we're going to freeze them. A lot of these sweetie ones have actually split. They're no good, which is disappointing. these are the tomatoes that I saved from our previous house that we've been growing year on year for maybe 5-6 years from saved seed. Tomatoes being one of the few things that I can grow. And these haven't split at all. Which is interesting because we've not had any rain for maybe 2 weeks. It's been steaming hot, 24, 25, 26 degrees every day, which of course is wonderful when you come from Manchester like I do, where you know it's summer because the rain's warmer. I mean, this is bliss. But I'm a bit disappointed that so many of those sweetie ones have split, whereas these, even those that have fallen down to the ground, are really kept their form really well. I think they're about done there now. Let's see what we've got. There's quite a few of the ordinary tomatoes. I've just stopped because I've seen 2 stink bugs on my tomatoes and it's looking pretty hammered. And that, frankly, is the best harvest of Roma tomatoes I've ever had. And there's still so many more to come. So I'm really happy with that. Really happy. So there we go. Tomatoes are in. Great crop there. Really happy with that. Tomorrow I'll come up and do the salad ones. Lots of those still to get through. Absolutely the best summer I've ever had of tomatoes. Really, really pleased with them. So there we go, Fano. There's February done for you. Might not have come up over the vlog very much, but actually a really, really busy month for us here. Obviously great harvests with beans and potatoes and the tomatoes. We had about 1.5 kilos of tomatoes there at the end. Made some sauce with that, froze some. Also froze some courgette. Not quite sure how that would turn out, freezing it, but we'll find out. And obviously painting the fence. That took 3 or 4 days with my brother. In case you're wondering, my brother's come over from the UK. He's come to help me out, and that's really why some of this vlog's been a bit disjointed and not so well filmed. We've actually been working our butts off ready for my beautiful daughter's wedding, which happened here at the end of the month, 24th. So the wedding was quite an undertaking. The wedding happened here, the white wedding. On the front over there, we had 120 chairs set out, an aisle up the middle, mirrored aisle, archway, and that's where the ceremony took place. And then here behind us, huge marquee where the food and the dancing and the speeches and everything happened. It absolutely looked amazing. Decorators were brilliant. Family that stepped up to help do all that thing, both on our side and the groom's side, were brilliant, and it was a great day. I'll pop a couple of photos on at the end just so you get a little idea of what happened, because certainly the garden was front and center. Everybody seemed to really appreciate what a spectacular place we're fortunate enough to live in. March is coming up. Obviously we've got lots of seed sowing to do in March. Not really something I'm used to doing over here. So one of the aims of the sowing for this year is to really try and stock up on the vegetables that we use all of the time. So onions, beetroot, broccoli, peas, and just make sure that we've got a good supply of those in so we're not having to buy them in. That's the plan. I just want to do a shout out to those people that actually watched the last vlog. You must be very patient. Thank you for that. Apologies that this one's even more disjointed, just with the busyness of things prioritizing the filming of stuff wasn't quite on the top of my agenda. But thank you for that, and if you would be so kind as to like and subscribe this vlog as well if you've watched it, really appreciate that. And so until next time, hare rā, take care, look after each other, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.